I am so irritated. I'm so frustrated with this question, and I'm frustrated with the cast. These men are acting like amateurs. They're not getting to grasp with the question. We have been insulted as women. Do you understand? Our gender has been insulted. No woman is single by choice. Who wrote this? And how dare you? How dare you? Every day men are here. A man is single by choice, right? Right? A man is single by choice, right? But a woman isn't, right? Why? Sexists, alright? Sexist pig who wrote this question. You can suck your mum and your granddad and your auntie.
If you are something by choice, that means despite options, you still would decline the choice. I want to talk about this single by choice, and that I believe a lot of modern women use this excuse why they are not in fruitful relationships or successful relationships for that matter. I was watching a show called BK Chat London, and they had a panel of women and they had a panel of men. And I think they were discussing things like, what do you bring to the table? They were asking a series of questions. And they, of course, got to the portion where they were like, well, if you are X, Y, and Z, this is why you're not in a relationship. And of course, the standard talking point of retort is, I'm single by choice. And when I hear a lot of modern women say I'm single by choice, I'm calling bullshit on it. Because if you were in fact single by choice, that means despite whatever options, whether they be good or bad, you would still decline the choice. And I just don't believe that's the case with modern women. I believe they're single by choice as a default because the men that they are actually attracted to, the men that they actually desire, don't want them. They don't qualify for those men. So instead of admitting the fact or looking in the mirror saying, hey, why am I not qualifying for the men that I find attractive and the men that I want? Maybe it's something with me. Maybe I should look in this mirror and change some things about myself. No, instead of doing that, instead of taking that stance, they rather say, I'm single by choice. Well, you're single by default. You're not single by choice. You're single by circumstance. And the circumstances are that you are the type of female that a man does not desire outside of the bedroom. And instead of looking into your, and instead of looking at yourself saying, well, what am I doing or not doing that disqualifies me from the men that I actually find attractive and the men that I want? And the thing is this, you're disqualifying yourself because you lack the basic fundamentals of what those men desire. Fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, and able to get on a man's program. That's why you don't qualify. It has nothing to do with colorism. It has nothing to do with you not being desirable. It has nothing to do with men choosing women outside of their own race or picking non-black women. It has nothing to do with that. What it has to do with is the fact that, I'm gonna say this, there's a couple of things going on here. You're hitting above your pay grade. You're trying to attain guys that are top 10, top 20% of guys, and you don't want to compete. We've seen this a number of times. Modern women do not want to compete for the men that they desire because they consider themselves the prize. And I'm going to say something that might be controversial here. A lot of modern women think they're better than the guys that they want to be in relationships with. Oh shit. No, I didn't just say that. Yeah, I said it because it's the truth. A lot of modern women believe they're better than the guys that they belong to. In other words, I'm saying the race, not that women are possessions or men are possessions, but the group of people they belong to. A lot of modern black women believe they're better than black men. And I'm just gonna throw my cards on the table with that. That's the reason a lot of you are single by circumstance. You're not single by choice, you're single by circumstance. Because the top 10 and 20% of guys that you want, you cannot access those guys because you're not what they want. You don't qualify. I've said this a number of times. You don't qualify for those guys. And you keep going back to this silly notion that I'm single by choice. If you were so single by choice, no matter what options I presented to you, you would still decline it. But I guarantee if I bought one of those Chad or Tyrone's your way, you would in fact settle for that choice because it's not because it's not something you do by choice. It's something you're in by circumstance. If the gentleman you wanted or the gentleman you desired was to actually put on the table a relationship, you would gladly take it, and you know it. That's why I say you're not single by choice, you're single by circumstance, because the guys you qualify for, you automatically look past because you think that those guys don't qualify for you. This is the conundrum that we're in. You got average women or slightly above average women thinking that they should be able to access high value or productive men of value when they should be right there in the medium with those average guys themselves or those slightly above average guys themselves. But they believe that all women are 10s. They believe that all women are on this higher echelon of being desirable, and all women are not. Most women are average, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know why we have to keep explaining that being average isn't a bad thing. Most people on this planet are average, including you, madam. Yes, you, look in the mirror. Bruh. You're average, and there's nothing wrong with that because 90% of us are average. So I don't want to hear any more of this talk about being single by choice. We're going to add something to this talking point, and I'm going to say you're single by circumstance, because if I presented you with the option that you wanted, you would take it, and you know it. That's all I got tonight, man. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Like Jesus.